So I want to give y'all a summary of my book, the chapters, one step at a time. And in this chapter, I talk about how the world designs us to get caught up on the end goal and, the picture perfect, not realizing that the picture have to be played out. The picture have to be drawn. You have to be able to create the picture. A picture is made up of a story, and the story is your life. But if you are so focused on the end goal or the picture or presenting the picture, you will never become the picture because you will never walk out the picture. You're so caught up on the end goal that you never made it to the goal. It's like they have a chance of putting you on a hamster wheel and putting the picture in front of you and creating this illusion because you're so focused on the picture that you don't realize that you have to be able to get into the details of the picture, which means you got to play out your life story. A story consists of ups and downs, and even though certain seasons doesn't always feel good, you needed that in that picture. Like if you really look at art, everything is not perfect, but the unperfectness makes it beautiful, or the unperfect actually makes it perfect in the end. When you really sit there and you think about a picture, if you really like art and you look at a picture, you really want to know how it's made, and that consists of your journey. Don't be an illusion thinking, oh, and be intentional. A lot of people are creating this illusion, not realizing the picture that they're really painting is garbage because they're going in circles. They've been repeating the same cycles. They've been stuck in history, playing history. I talk about that, how history is just his story, from your perspective, because everybody has a story and you only can tell it from your perspective. But the world designs us to stay stuck in the past so we can keep getting the past. The world we live in do not want you to move forward. So don't ever think they will present to you to help you excel. They're going to create an illusion. But you have to understand you can't get caught up on a picture that you never get into the details of the picture by taking one step at a time. And you can only take one step at a time because, life is not checkers, it's chess. You got to be intentional with your next move because you have an adversary that is looking for you to fall into a ditch, that is walking back and forth trying to see how he can devour you. So you can't just take too many steps at one time, being in a rush, trying to be in a rat race. Who are you in competition with? That's something they use to make you feel like you're in competition, but you ain't in competition with nobody but yourself. You shouldn't be the same person you were yesterday or the day before or a year ago, quite frankly. That's making up your picture. And I was saying, chess, you got to be intentional because if you're just so focused on winning, right? And you just moving, you just arrogant. I got it. I got it. Like, pride that's the thing. But you got to sit here and think about, you just feeling yourself. I can move. I can take 2-3 steps. You knock yourself off the board before you even get a chance to experience success. You knock yourself off the board before you even get a chance to experience a win. Why? Because you were moving too fast. You underestimated your opponent. And this, I'm talking about life. I always speak in parables, but understand that I'm always talking about life here. You got to be intentional and you cannot be in a rush, and you got to write out your story. You got to you got to paint the picture. Nobody is just giving you a picture. That's an illusion. They'll give you a picture and put you on a hamster wheel and make you feel like this is the life that I'm living or this is what it is. And in reality, it's not, because can't nobody live your life for you, which means can't nobody paint your picture for you. So that means you got to walk out your life story. And like I said, don't be in no rush. You can take one step at a time. Don't rush yourself. Don't get in a rush and kill yourself or knock yourself off the game because you want to prove a point or you want to show that you farther than what you are. Slow and steady wins the race. And when you understand this, you will understand life is not a game. Life is not a game, even though I referred it to chess. But it's just letting you know the seriousness of it, the intentionality of it, the using your mind of it, and understanding. Don't allow people to deceive you. Don't get so caught up on the end goal that you never make it to the goal. You're not going to get the fulfillment at the finish line You don't want to make it to the finish line, quote unquote, and realize you've been lost because you never read the requirements of the race. You know, sometimes it ain't always about how fast, but it's about your intentionality of every step and experiencing every step and going through every season and creating that beautiful picture. Because like I said, even the bads turn out for the goods if you allow it. If you walk out your process instead of staying stuck in that whatever season that you don't like. Don't get on no hamster wheel because you want to present a image. I always say you got to go home to you every night. Make sure that's a beautiful place to be at. Don't present to a world that, oh, I got this life. No, do you really live that life?